It's being over 40, and the eye part of that is called presbyopia, but don't panic, there's something we can do about it. The signs of presbyopia are pretty obvious. The first thing you'll notice is the speed at which things change from close to far away slows down, and it just starts to take that half a second. Where it used to come into focus and snap immediately between distance and reading, it now just takes that little bit longer to focus from one to the other. You'll begin to find that your smartphone has become more of a reading aid than a communication device. And the dead giveaway is something that we call doing the chicken, which is where someone hands you something close and your head bobs back and forward as you try to get it into focus. What's happening is you are losing the flexibility of this lens that sits inside the eye, which naturally changes shape to focus from distance to reading. And as the lens ages, it becomes stiffer, and there's nothing you can do to prevent that, which means wearing glasses doesn't make it worse. It's not a muscle that you can exercise or train to improve things. It is inevitable. So the question is, what can you do about it? Well, essentially you need to replace the focusing power that you've lost, which means glasses or contact lenses, and there's a few options in each that we'll go on to talk about. Now in glasses, you can simply get a separate pair of reading glasses that are focused for reading. And this often works well as a first step. And because you aren't wearing them all the time at those early stages, you can probably be a little bit bolder in terms of shape and color than in the specs than you might otherwise be. And as you know, we've got plenty of bold choices here for you. You can also condense those two pairs of glasses, the one for distance, the one for reading, into a pair of bifocals where there's a line across the lens that differentiates the distance from the reading zone. And then the final option is varifocals, which have a smooth gradient of power from distance to reading, meaning you can see clearly at all distances, and the lens looks just like a normal lens, no lines. In fact, these ones that I'm wearing are varifocals. But they're just for demonstration, right? I'm only 39, so I don't need varifocals yet, but yeah. Now in contact lenses, you can put reading glasses over the top to help you with reading. But again, people find that slightly inconvenient. Another option is what we call monovision, which is where you set one eye slightly for distance and one eye slightly for reading. Now it sounds a bit weird, but the majority of people actually do really well with this if you do it carefully and gently. And you can also do that with glasses, although it's not as common as it is in contacts. But in both cases, it works better than you'd think. Finally, you've got multifocals. And this is where the reading focus that you need is built into each lens. And so both lenses, both eyes, do distance and reading. And they're the kind of equivalent of varifocal glasses, but they work in a different way, which is why we use that different multifocal term for them. And all those lens options are available in dailies, reusable lenses, rigid gas permeable lenses, hybrid lenses, scleral lenses, lenses for people with astigmatism, whatever. So whatever your requirements are, there is a contact lens option for you if you need help for reading. So there you go. Now, I get it. You don't want to admit you're getting old, but your best course of action is to embrace it, because denying it just makes it more obvious to everybody. The torch, the chicken, all the rest of it. Admitting you have a problem is the first step to freedom. So don't live in denial, seek our help. We can fix it for you. And remember, your medical records are confidential, so if you let us sort it out for you at the first sign of these things happening, then no one's ever going to know that you're old enough to need help for reading. Check out more of our advice videos here if you've not seen them before, and as always, if you've got any questions about eyes, health, vision, anything to do with glasses or contact lenses, get in touch.